My name is Claudia. I'm from Anaheim, California. My sister died by suicide on December 9th, 2015. My sister's name is Catherine Gutierrez, and she had the most beautiful eyes. They were green, and she was so full of life. She had really long hair. She was so proud of it. She was just so funny and witty. I have never met anyone as funny as she is. I don't think she saw those things about herself. In the summer of 2013, we got a call from the school telling us that we needed to go because my sister had been cutting herself. We didn't realize it until her PE teacher, obviously they changed into their gym clothes, and he noticed the cuts on her arm, and she had been hiding them. She would always wear a long sleeve, and that was typical of her to wear a sweatshirt, so we didn't really think much of it. But we went and we talked to the psychologist at the school, and she told us, that maybe Catherine needed to open up and tell us what's going on. And that's when she started telling us that she had been having suicidal ideations at that point for a couple of years. But we didn't know any of this. We didn't know that there was a problem until she started cutting. After she started cutting, everything happened really quick and things went downhill really fast. That day we went home and we asked her, what's wrong? Like, how can we support you? We were very torn up about it because we hadn't never seen that before from anyone. And she told us that she didn't know, that she couldn't explain it, but it was just like her emotions were like boiling over, and she's like, when I cut, it's just like a release. And we couldn't understand that. So after that, very quickly, she started drinking, and we didn't know she was drinking either until she went to the hospital for alcohol poisoning. At that moment, the hospital felt very strongly that she was a harm to herself. So she went into the psych ward. She was 5150'd. It's a 72-hour hold. You're placed on a 5150 when hospital staff feels that you are a danger to yourself or others. When she was there, she excelled. Like, she did really well. She wrote a really nice story about me and how I motivate her, and how she sees that she can become a better person because of me. And so we were all very happy about that. We were like, oh my God, we're like, we're moving in the right direction. Things are finally looking up. She was discharged. She was prescribed depression medication, but her erratic behavior continued. She had really highs and she had very many lows, and she was really up and going, or she was just really down and depressed. While all this was happening, she met people that had, similar ideas to her. They bonded in the despair, but there was no hope. They just bonded over having similar thoughts. On November 24th, her boyfriend committed suicide. And I remember the first things out of my mom's mouth after that was like, now what am I gonna do with her? Because she already felt like she had totally, she was already struggling with my sister and keeping her alive. And she was really torn up in the beginning. We didn't know how to be there for her. We didn't know how to, how are you there for a 16-year-old, whose boyfriend passed? Most people don't go through those situations, as adults, let alone as a teenager. I couldn't even imagine what she was feeling at that moment. And we just kind of all surrounded her, and she still rebelled. She was struggling, and towards the end, I think she told us she was fine, and I think we so desperately wanted to believe she was fine. So when she was telling us that she was fine, we wanted to believe it. And after all that happened, she promised us that she would never do that, because she thought of us, and she knew that the pain that someone else took on. And I think we so desperately wanted to believe that we did. We believed her. We thought she was okay. Rushing to the hospital wanting to believe that everything's okay, that we're gonna get through this like we got through all the other times. And then, you get to the hospital and the doctor told me that there was nothing he could do. That there is hope and hope. The way we perceive life sometimes isn't the way life really is. And that's why I found so much strength and courage in attending the groups I have. Seeking help sometimes just gives you a different perspective on the same situation. I've been attending the self-help groups and suicide awareness and suicide prevention campaigns and walks and luncheons and just all that support of people going through the similar experiences. I never realized how much hope you could find in bonding with people that share the same experience as you do. I really want to help someone in my sister's situation and also in my situation, from the other perspective. I want them to realize that there are things that they can do on both ends. And I just want to be able to bring that hope. Most of all, I think I just wish I would have asked her more about her. What she wanted out of life, what she was looking forward to. Not necessarily years from now, but maybe what she was looking forward to in the next month or in the next few months. Just to give her that hope and that encouragement that, there are more things that you want for your life. There are things you want to do, and there are things that you will accomplish in your life. I wish I would have asked her that so I could have given her that motivation and let her know, your goals do matter. Your accomplishments do matter. You matter.